asking the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. Check the internet lately.
We going in?
In Night City, people fight for survival, as well as fight for the chance to make something of themselves. But what if instead of survival, someone who not only fought only for what they believe in, also fought for the mother of all omelets? Can you beat Cyberpunk 2077 as Senator Armstrong? We start with the difficulty of fun, actually do a not terrible job making the Navy man himself, start with some bonus body, technical ability, and reflex stat points, as they're all going to need some levels to make the tank of nanomachine proportions, get to check my approval rating, and while things could be a bit better, my friend Saucy Jack, who not only gives me the idea that I should stop writing my own speeches, also gives me the idea that if I had a better experience with how people live in the city, I'm going to have a much better chance at re-election. You have no proof that I was eating lunch during this recording. Before I get a common job of me being a merc with Jack. But with my first rule of only damage with my bare nubs and any cool animations that involve the cracking of backs or snapping of spines, the game has no problems whatsoever. We can do things quiet. Despite my want to show off these muscles, I instead get to show off Halo fans. After they find out the news of how much AI that new Halo studios are using, I send them back to the Master Chief Collection, as it's all they have left, and saving them shows that Saucy Jack might just be Sussy Jack. The drive home is easy as I blow up their pancake car with my mind. The next day we have another common day job, meeting at one of the best and most authentic restaurants in Night City. And take a seat so you can tell me about this job. That involves stealing from the Arasaka Corporation that's been buying out the government for far too long. And if I'm going to be ready to wipe this slate clean and fight for what I believe in, to make America great again,
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm going to need to clean these streets, not only for the people, but also for the ability to get level 10, as I can't get any useful cyberware and nanomachines without it. And while I do the cyberware tutorial before level 10, and make sure my personal Ripper Doc's pockets are lined, I get to learn more about the job Jack procured for us. They have a chip meant to save one's soul, something that's built for the weak. And if we're going to steal it, we're going to need a new toy from some not as strongly nanomachined individuals. And double check any information I can get from the woman who's putting this heist together. And after a few more levels are grinded, I decide to meet up with Evelyn first. And while I already know about the cherry tree filled Konpeki Plaza, she actually has some additional information. And with the help of friend Judy, accidentally find a man who's going to be getting himself a nice big interview.
You look like a cut of fuckable meat.
And while I'm unfortunately deep enough into the 24-hour internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit to know that this man is the chip maker. But outside of that, I actually get some useful information of what this chip is, what's inside of it, and where it's kept. And before any real combat can commence, I get myself to level 10, getting more than enough money to buy some base gorilla arms, but also as much armor as I can for this early level. And also blood pump for a good combo that will make me boo-womp later on. The nanomachine's already radiating at my fingertips. I planned to be a good businessman and pay for this little bot, but after getting the University of Texas special perk, as well as these people being the least professional business stewards to ever exist, I unfortunately have to show them that you don't fuck with this senator. And with my accuracy at 100%, I get the reminder of how well blunt weapons can actually do, and there's so much fun that I can't help but Senator my Armstrong all over the place.
Bonk. Played college ball, you know? Ha ha ha! Hello. Welcome to the family, son.
Wrong character, but I still like that. It's a good line.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
The malware men give up the bot for free, and get as dressed as I can before Jackie and I enjoy the reward of a fellow American man going down our throats.
What?
With a duo of Johnny Silverhands.
Okay.
And with no questions of our quest to knock down this corporation, yeah, you made it just in time for the longest fucking time of me sitting back and being on my phone, the fucking car ride to Konpeki Plaza. While iron isn't allowed inside, these nanomachines can't really be left at the door. Gonna use the spider bot to find out some additional information, and force this netrunner who did absolutely nothing wrong into the worst boss fight of his life. Get to remember the fun collab I did with Mr. Mancakes. Oh look, it's koi fish. Speaking of koi fish. And everything gets to go smoothly before I get forced into a situation where I need to fight, not only for survival, not only for the future interview with this hunk metal man, but to fight for what I believe in. And while it seems this company does a better job than Xbox in terms of self-destruction, when the alarms start blaring and the resume is resumed, we jump out of the building for Jack's protection, as I know my nanomachines could take these bullets no problem. Show off I play this game way too much.
Until it fried the case?
And with the broken case slowly making the chip more rotten to the core than America, the only way for us to save it is to wipe the slate clean and for me to slot the chip. And with Sussy Jack slowly turning into Bleeding Out Jack, we gotta get out quick.
Played college ball, you know?
Thankfully, it seems this laughingstock egg show known as security is getting soft-boiled. And while it's easy enough to clear the entire building of its guards, and trying to get Jack out quickly,
You. I've decided it's you.
having to postpone the interview, get forced into the shooting section, while you could say, hey, you failed the challenge because gun,
You could also comment your favorite dessert.
do it. Now, Bleeding Out Jack turns into Bled Out Jack, and with how the waddling penguin acts, it's obvious he's gonna pull a Franz Ferdinand and take me out. And with him having worse security than TwitchCon this year, taking down the guard and the fat man, and keeping the chip to myself is all too easy. After a Senator catnap, gathers some info from a man fired from Arasaka, after he was really not that great of a guard. And after asking if he's seen the internet lately,
In a cargo box?
it seems I finally got through to him, and he agreed to look back in for some weak spots of the Arasaka Tower. And in exchange, he got a job at World Marshal Incorporated. And on an even better note, the chip's finally fully implemented. And it seems I got myself a new writer for all of my speeches. And while he gets to writing, I get to fashion rating.
Ooh. It's a nice outfit. She's got like a nice casual outfit for once. She's normally got like a super like out there outfit. This is just a nice casual fit. She's rocking it today. Heels. That's actually very comfy. Oh my gosh, you don't have to deal with like the fucking heel toe bullshit. Oh my gosh. Good out. This is like a solid 9 out of 10. Keep her going. Keep her going. Fuck the media. Fuck it all. We all gotta dress like that.
The speechwriter brings me to this lady of his past, and pay her with some taxpayer dollars for info on the maker of the chip. And also make an appointment with Judy, not only to point to the senator who could have gone pro in football, but when I answer the question correctly, she lets me know a quick lead on where the lady who started this heist could have fled to.
And with the information in our hands, we can finally
Wait.
Have fun with the baseball bat that refuses to get patched out,
stick my tongue out.
needing to go to the second most filthy place I've ever been to, at least try to be an upstanding guy and make sure this lady gets paid in exchange for information. And the person I'd need to talk to is in this VIP area. And while I was gonna go in nanomachines ablazing, the game decides to abso-fruitly bug out and ruin my immersion. So instead, I wrap my American-loving mitts around this guy's neck and borrow his VIP card. The not Dom Tom tells me I need to talk to his boss for information, easily sneaking by without crouching once, as well as getting a door open with some nanomachine antics. And easily enough, he tells me that he tossed out Ev to a local fixer. And while that was easy enough, leaving Clouds earns me a one-on-one talk with Johnny. The speech of capitalism being a thorn in his side isn't really for me, but he does say, hey, you are Senator Armstrong. You should probably stop the whole sneaking shenanigans. And I say, fair. So I make my way to the fixer, using my nano jumps to make my way in, having to be a bit forceful for the information, and reward him with a double sundae. The cold pizza reminds me of a place on Charter Hill, so Judy and I went to a power plant located around the corner, where I listened to Johnny's advice, tearing apart every weak-willed scab that dares cross this senator's path. And be a nice guy and wait for the lady to show.
No, I'm here. I'm just waiting for the lady to come.
The rest of the scavs ain't got nothing on my not fully optimized nanomachines. Every form of mashing, tackling, and Navy foreplay is achieved to fully take them out. Accidentally leave a really cool sword that totally won't lead to my death later, and pull Evelyn out of her doll-infused funk, before Johnny and I share a cigar, before reaping the reward of saving Judy's friend, that being the info on the people she was getting the chip for. And while I get someone to look into it, I finally have enough spare cash for getting what I need to be a nanomachine-wielding fiend, being the Blood Rush perks, my least favorite combo of Biomonitor Blood Pump, Sad Face, so my healing/nanomachines can respond to physical trauma, and unfortunately get the best set of glasses I can find so far as the clothing RNG gods are punishing me for my sins, as with this suit and glasses, I kinda just look like Vic on accident. I planned to clean the streets until I got to the next level of cyberware, But during a gig, I got a surprise call from Takamura. So I instead cleaned this gig for a quick level before rushing a little too fast to the meeting spot.
Oh, I lived? This game's so cool.
I also take out one more Cyber Psycho. Damn. I also take out one more Cyber Psycho the way John Cyberpunk intended. Get an armor part literally called nanoplating, so that's neat. My new worker gets me a talk with Queen Arasaka's guard, who could only give us info on a parade, one that he tells us not to show up to. So I pull some Senator strings to get some additional information to make Takamura find our way in so that we can get a dance with Queen Arasaka. Johnny's past backup girl called me and finally got some information of not only how to get Mr. Chip, but also the perfect failure who's gonna help me do it. I use her facilities first, getting my cyberware to blue before quoting Chris Chandler and Smiling Friends in the same line.
Do you realize something?
Agree that if I'm gonna get help from Pan Am, I'm first gonna need to help her get revenge. A group called the Raffins stole her package and car, so with me snapping necks and pushing these scav wannabes forward 10 yards all the way back to first down, they are no real issue. My tank abilities gets us her shipment back easily, before she begs me to help her take out the leader that screwed her over. But seeing this strength the world so desperately needs, this strength to fight for what she believes in, I can't help myself but rush in. Head and nanomachines first. Taking down this Raffin to put power and justice where they belong, while talking about why I love me some Cyberpunk.
I mean, I enjoy playing the game, mostly because this fucking combat is sick.
So with a happy Pan Am, I bought her a room nearby so that she can be perfectly ready for tomorrow's collection of the Chip Man. And before I even get to sleep, it turns out Takamura is ready to get in my good graces once again. Finding the warehouse the parade float is being held, we have a quick talk about our lives, him about being a child slave for Arasaka, and me about how I totally could have gone pro in football, man. Just trust me, man. Like my leg, the Navy, like trust. Before doing my favorite ever way to avoid taking damage of the fall variety. Accidentally recklessly rush into this little compound, wanting to do this Takamura's way with some stealth. My Senator personality unfortunately forced me a bit closer to the spotlight than I intended, meaning I now need to clear the entire building of its inhabitants. And while I should feel a little bad, I mean most of these guards are just here for that sweet, sweet Arasaka paycheck, but like I told Jackie, I'm making the mother of all omelets here. There's no way I'm going to be able to fret over every egg.
A college ball, you know?
To bring America back from its knees.
Oh, my movement's crippled. It's over. It's not over. It might be over. It's not over.
A man like me needs to sweep this nation off its feet. So as the hero, I clear the storage room, make the float mine, and my pancake control powers accidentally break the game, I think.
Oh, I think I broke it.
So with the job done, and Takamura ready to take another look at the plan, make my way to Pan Am, who's ready to help me get the Chip Man. With the simple job of needing to break into a power plant that we overcharge, so that I can push the big red button to tell the bribing corpse where they can stick it. And while this unfortunately gets Pan Am a little worse for wear, and even her people being in trouble, it seems I'm finally starting to get through to her, as when I get to take down the clanks and turn off the turret, with almost a rage-filled smile on her face, she helps me the whole time. As well as when King Tao is taken care of, and her remaining clanmate saved, we both rush to the local gas station, not only to free a local businessman from the grips of the government, but it's also where Mr. Chip was taken. So I clear the place, also find right here, right now, the perfect time to mention I got superhero landing for fun. So with more red mist in this area than freedom, I can secure Mr. Hell, for no other reason than extra information on Narasaka Tower, the augments of this Atom Smasher fellow, and when finished just pass him off to Takamura. And Johnny can act out my new speech.
If I need your body, I'll fucking fuck it.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless
Sex.
Jack.
Fucking one day.
And I reward myself with some nano level upgrades. I won't go into every upgrade like why I take the ball grabber instead of the testicle etcher because of a 2% melee damage upgrade. If you can understand this, you are not only a nerd and I love you, but you know my build is going well. Before I track down the people Evelyn were working for, who are not only willing to talk to me because of interest in the chip, but also want to hire me for my build and clearing capabilities. Because they have a conspiracy that some government workers are doing some shady dealings inside this glorified government foreshadowing of a failed mall. And they need me to clear it out. And while I don't like fighting for what others believe in, I at least get some giggles as my friends almost scam G2A.
Please, I just want Cyberpunk after my favorite YouTuber, Mancakes, did a collab with Larsburrito. I must play Cyberpunk. He goes to purchase it. Oh boy, I'm so excited. It just doesn't fucking work. A young man is found dead this afternoon in his room, hanging.
So the cam unit confirms some Netwatch agent is here. Have the most normal fight with Matilda.
And I broke her for the 18th time. I love this game. This game is very good. Nothing bad ever happens.
Get to show off properly how the week will be purged. And instead of dunking on Netwatch, they show that the VDBs ain't really worth working with, which gives us an unhappy reunion with the quote-unquote boss, before working with them one last time to use Johnny's chip to find the AI that they're looking for, but instead bend it to my own will, storing it with Johnny to not only get his output back into his apartment, but so she can be chipping in to take down Arasaka. And when I wake back up, with the main netrunners already packed up and ready to go, the only quote-unquote trouble was Placide. A fight so easy that despite the fact that I was trying to keep all bosses alive, like this comment suggested, a misclick kinda accidentally takes him down a peg.
Yeah.
I thought you were stronger.
And after a well-deserved buggy cigar, I make my way to make sure that my perks and cyberware are at acceptable armor values. Takamura and I regroup to try and get Hanako. And the plan is simple. All by myself, I take out every limp dick lawyer and chicken shit bureaucrat on my way to take out the Netrunner. Even getting a rare run with a third sniper doesn't take the easy way out. But it seems Takamura's friend came back to stop us in our tracks. However, the fight was the opposite of a problem. I start with a double knockdown, making him bow down and wag his tail like the little doggy he is, and most times he would go to attack, I'd hit him with the most dunk parry ever conceived. He still manages to back me up at least once, before I flatten him like a pancake. Takamura tried to rizz up Hanako, showing him why you don't take Sigma class's advice. Show the pain I, a content creator, suffer when recording these challenges.
Doo-doo feces! Glizzy! Maybe that coffee at midnight was not a good idea.
Arasaka finds out about our little meeting, Adam Smasher leaves mid-interview, and while I'm a bad guy who doesn't care about the eggs lost during the war of pancakes and omelets, I am still a CEO of World Marshall Incorporated. Takamura is an employee with benefits and a 401k. One of the benefits may not be dental, but it is the benefit of me saving his sorry ass. It's easy for both of us to make our great escape, and it seems we made such an impression that Queen Arasaka sent a message trying to bribe me with the confirmation of my re-election. But it not only shows that she's never fought for something herself, it was also a great way of showing the weakness of the company and how I could take it down to its knees. We then have the little teeny tiny bit of a problem that Don't Fear the Reaper kind of the best ending for this, but that ending brings every enemy up to max level. And while a part of me just wanted to console command my way to level 50 or so to save some time, I feel like a bad vibe has slowly come across the Candy Beat scene is using console command to bump up levels and speed things up. I mean, hey, no hate. Most, if not all of the people who do this have like lives, a spouse, children, and like contribute to society. I don't do like any of that. So, oh no, if I need to play the game I like to grind and level up.
Bro, this is a bad idea. You gotta stop doing this. Bro, you gotta stop.
Ouch. So painful. And again, no hate to anyone who does this. I get it. Some of this stuff takes a long time to make when you put all of that commitment and time together. But I enjoy this game, so getting to take out psychos, beat ass.
I beat the... Listen, man, I had to make sure she was dead.
It's my burden to bear. But I will at least use this time to thank all my channel members before we get to the final fight, as I really have no way to cobble together a story of why Government Man is stealing back a Rockstar's guitar, as well as many of the other no-name gigs that I do for XP. So I'd rather do something useful like thanking these amazing people on screen. Mwah, I love you. Before it's time to hire Rogue for her to help me find the most likely place to find Smasher. Get to find the only W I've ever found for charge legs, as I can charge jump over this fence, which I'm not sure if you could do with double jump legs. But if not, that's a W for charge legs, because it lets us skip this section and find Grayson much faster, who tells us Smasher will only be inside protecting Arasaka at all times. And with the last level to 40,
I thought it was a funny joke, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me.
Getting me tier 5 cyberware, getting things as upgraded as possible, while focusing health, armor, and melee damage for additional little buffs. Getting second harp for I hope obvious reasons, and getting my armor slowly yet slowly to at least 1,000. Taking the suit jacket off, and entering a bit scared that this might be the biggest cheek clap of 87. But I'm surprised with how well my survivability was. The starter room went down quickly.
Nano machines, son.
And while I thought the mechs would be an issue, I found out you can punch off the side guns and make sure these mechs are nothing. Easily get the key for the first floor. And send my way down to the second floor, which is the first floor, but easier, getting to plug in the AI for help before it's finally time for Smasher's final interview, which is also the least impressive interview if I'm honest. His first phase gets taken to 0 by me powering through that armor. Phase 2 adds some movement that honestly just makes it easier to stay at higher HP. His next phase adds people who don't even believe in what they fight for. With my damage, movement, as well as mitigation, the last part of what he has to offer is honestly not that impressive. Some people say don't fuck with this Senator, but honestly, don't fuck with Metal Gear power scaling, as once he's at his last 5%, all that's left is one final slam. The interview is finished. I guess I can hire you. I mean, I don't know if you're worth it at this point.
Johnny Silverhand sends his regards.
I finally get to upload as many memes into my brain to better increase my following, for it's time to take down the president. Break them in two with my bare hands. Only after making the space casino into the best nuclear toy this side of the Mississippi. But while I do, I at least showed off that very easily, yes, you can beat Cyberpunk 2077 as Senator Armstrong. Thank you so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. I've been trying to find new games to run, so if you have any game ideas, let me know down below. Also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky if you want notifications for when videos go up, because sometimes YouTube fails at that. And not as always,